हार के बाद ही जीत है. Translated into English, this means that this is the way of life. It's only after you experience failure that is when you reach success. This is from the song which was sung by Kishore Kumar for the movie Mr. India, which was released in 1987. And that's also exactly the year when I started my own professional journey. I was fairly successful in my first job and I was promoted to manage a team very quickly. But it rankled with me the fact that I did not have a title of a manager. And motivated by the offer of joining as an area sales manager, I joined a young startup. Now this entity, we had ambitious sales targets. And quarter after quarter, I was on the top of the list of non-performers. Fed up with this non-performance, the management team very soon asked me to go. And there I was, sitting at home, devastated, demotivated, and desolate. It took quite some time for me to come out of this situation. It was 3 months before I could get another job, and that too at a lower salary. As my career progressed, I achieved a lot of success in it subsequently, and I look back upon this incident to understand why had I gone through this kind of an experience. And then it dawned upon me that right from a childhood, whether it is in academics, it's in sports, it's in a job, or it could be in your business, failure is looked down upon. You're ostracized if you fail in something. And that is the reason why people take it so personally. And so had I. When I started understanding this, I ensured that if I experienced failure subsequently in my life, I actually just embraced that failure rather than just fighting it. And that is when I learned my first lesson. Embrace failure if you want to tap into the power of failure. I looked around myself. I had so many other people around me. And then I came across the story of a young, handsome man. An individual who worked for some years and then launched his own business. He was caught by a virus which is even more dangerous than the COVID-19 that we are facing today, the entrepreneurial bug. And then he launched his own business. The first one he launched was a plastic manufacturing factory. It did not work out and he shut it down very soon. Then he launched another business which also suffered the same fate. And then he launched his third business. And then obviously he grew on successful. I sat down with him and I asked him this question one day. Hey Dad, you've had failed in 2 businesses, but you shut down those businesses so quickly. You did not give it any time. Why is that so? He turned around to me and he told me, well, son, you need to understand that the biggest failure that you can have is the inability to recognize when something is not working. It is far more important that you exit a bad situation than linger and continue with it. When I look back at this, I realized that this is exactly what the lean methodology or the lean startup process is all about. That if you have to fail, you have to fail quickly and fail fast. Don't linger, don't waste your time, effort and energy upon something. And that became My second lesson about failure, that you need to fail fast. And when you do that, you tap into the power of failure. Life went on. And I joined a wonderful organization, Toastmasters, obviously. This is a place where each one of us strives to come up on stage, do table topics, do speeches, do roles, and do evaluations. And do you think we succeed at every time? Obviously, no. I have failed myself in my speeches, in my table topics, in my evaluations, as well as in the roles that I have done. But how do we really grow in Toastmasters? We grow when we learn from these failures. We get inputs, and then we use these inputs to learn from our failures. And that is what helps us to grow, to become better leaders, better Toastmasters, as well as better speakers. So my dear friends, the next time you are seeing a mirror and the face that looks back at you says, I am a loser, or I am a failure. Or if you have people in the world pointing fingers at you, you are a failure. Remember only one thing, that you can never fail when you incorporate these three learnings in your own life. Embrace failure, fail fast, and then learn from your failure. When you incorporate all of these three things into your life, then failure is just a stepping stone towards your own success. You become ultimately what the song signifies. जिंदगी की यही रीत है, हार के बाद ही जीत है. Wishing each one of you success. Over to the contest master.